Welcome to BA Radio with your hosts, Barrett and Ariel.
It's going to be a good one today.
It's going to be a very good one today.
What we got today?
We got a lot today. I'm really excited because I feel like this is going to be one of our best ones yet.
I think you say that every time.
Well, that's because every time they get better. And then it's my new favorite.
Tell me.
So, as usual, we have to start off with our soon-to-be sponsored Flamin Extra Hot XXL versions Cheetos at night by going off with our number one flaming hot take of the week is the brand Skechers. Yes, Skechers footwear.
What about Skechers?
They're back.
Oh?
They are back in a big way. They're so far back that they are in
here?
the NBA.
I'm not sure if they...
Skechers have made it courtside.
Oh.
On the players.
Oh, we got shoes now?
Skechers has entered the hoops game.
They're trying.
They
They're really
are
trying to stay relevant. That's huge for them.
Nike's got to be shaking in their boots.
I'm not sure they're shaking quite yet.
All I'm saying
that's
is
interesting.
The amount of generational wealth that sneakers has to be given out to have these hoopers wearing Skechers on the NBA court.
That's big.
That's got to be a big bag.
Now, what do they look like?
Kind of like Steve Curry's. Steph Curry's. Steve.
So, Steph Curry's?
No, yeah, Steph Curry's. They kind of look like his.
Okay.
A little bit like a low cut, high speed Lego looking shoe.
Oh.
Yeah. So
interesting.
I mean, they're probably comfy as can be.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So watch out for that sneakers. Giving the Nike a run for its money.
At least they're trying.
They signed Joel Embiid off the Philadelphia 76ers.
That's huge.
Yeah, he's huge.
They said we
literally.
They said we have to do something.
Yeah.
To stay relevant, and
good for them. They're trying to evolve.
That's good.
Hey,
there's probably if you're
an investing person, bet on invest in Skechers because if they're showing they're willing to evolve a little bit and try and keep up with the times, and they're not, looking like slowing down. Good for them.
Yeah,
making a little run. So, Skechers. Yeah, watch your eye out for that.
So what's your next extra flaming hot take?
My next extra flaming hot Cheetos soon to be sponsored take is that hip hop and rap music right now stinks.
It's not how it was when we were listening to it growing up.
It's just 2 minutes songs with like trying to have beats that just go viral.
Yeah.
So
it's just about,
that's kind of
so there's no soul to it. Like,
I feel like people don't like sit down and like light a candle and
like pour out all of their feelings or
deep, thoughtful, frugal songs that were just so like had great pensmanship behind it.
Yeah.
I feel like that just doesn't happen anymore. Like people are not putting like their heart and souls into it.
No.
Because like I miss when...
And that's sad because like I really loved like when a song you can feel like the emotion in that song.
Like you can feel...
I love that.
I love when you can feel that. That's what music's really all about. So that's unfortunate that that's not what it's doing right now. No. So if we can bring that back, I don't know, maybe I have to start making some music or something.
If only I could sing.
Yeah, once I figure out all this computer stuff, it's over with.
Figure it out. Just watch out.
They're in trouble. That's exciting. Yeah. Or like even Justin Bieber.
Yeah,
that was
like
crazy.
Somebody who can like really sing.
Yeah.
That'd
Who's
be really
super
nice.
talented.
Yeah.
And like, that'd be
that
fun.
He's not still doing stuff, but like.
No, he's playing basketball. I saw that, so that made me happy. Yeah. He's a hooper. Watch out.
Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I got another XXL Flamin' Hot, soon to be sponsored Cheetos take at night. It is that, did I already say Devontae Adams to the Cowboys?
No.
I did not?
No.
My goodness.
I'm surprised you didn't start with that one.
I can't believe I have not said that because that is the best idea out there.
Honestly, that would be kind of fun.
Almost as good as my idea of who the Bears should draft. We'll wait till the end on that.
We'll wait for that.
But that trade just, oh my gosh, free Devontae Adams off the Raiders because he's sucks
too
for
talented.
him. He's too talented, and that team is hot garbage.
Trash.
They're very bad.
And Jimmy might come back next week.
The best thing about them is their jerseys because their jerseys rock.
Yeah, you can't. And I mean, the stadium's pretty nice too.
Super
It's brand new.
Yeah, so why be good?
Middle of Vegas.
The Raiders are too cool to win games.
It's because Vegas is too there's so many other things you could be doing.
There's so much more than football to focus on there.
Yeah,
and you can't blame them because it's literally right there. Like you could just their
fun.
apartments are probably looking at all the things to do.
I hope not. That'd be such a distraction.
Or they're probably living in the casinos because.
How fun.
It's
a good time.
That could be that. What a rush.
And Super Bowl will be there. So
Super Bowl will be there. We're going to be there.
We'll be there.
Yeah, maybe Hot Cheetos XXL, Flamin' Hot will fly us in and we can go live with a Cheeto booth. That'd be cool.
That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
I'd love that. Cheetos for the whole game. Sign me up.
Yeah. Maybe a little microphone's like a red Cheeto. Going live from the sideline.
Wait, that's amazing.
That would be funny. I love that. And then that's all my XXL Hot Flamin' takes. I do have some more stuff I want to add up onto that at the end, so make sure you guys hang around to the end because it gets even better, I promise. You want to dive in?
Let's start with our first game.
Was it week 8? 7?
Week 7.
Oh my gosh, football's over.
I know, it's almost November.
Yeah, that was fun while it lasted.
It's about time everybody starts getting banged up.
You know what will happen is pretty soon there'll be 6 games on, and then the following couple weeks there'll be 4 games on, and then the couple weeks after that there'll be 2 games, and then the Super Bowl, and then we have
nothing.
No more football. No more people hitting each other.
That's weird. It's weird when it goes off because you're like, wow, I just spent the last
those 2 months in the summer where there's nothing going on is crazy. I think it'll be cool next year because we'll have the Olympics in Paris. So that'll fill that. And that's most people are traveling to Europe in in the summer. So they're might as well just have an Olympics here as well for all the people that are summering here anyway.
I love your accents. I'm not sure what it is. But.
I think it's a button I hit on here because it's
a fun one.
Yeah.
Anyways, first game, Bears Raiders.
There's a lot to say about that one. You want to go first?
What was the most interesting part of this game?
I think the most interesting part of the game was in the locker room when
before or after
Tyson Bagnet, D2, Shepherd University, West Virginia quarterback, lost to the Colorado School of Mimes last game and is now playing at Soldier Field in front of 60,000 people when last season he only played in front of 2,000 people to possibly 6,000 people. And dude balled out, and then we saw him in the locker room with the shirt off and all the tattoos. And then we saw here, I'm getting to it, the best part, Justin Fields. Looking at him like that. Hey, you played a little bit too good, bud.
He scored 30 points.
Yeah, and he controlled the game. There was no roller coaster with him.
Different team, completely different.
I was so normally Bears games are such a roller coaster.
Right. It was pretty.
That was that was different for Bears.
Now, do we think that this new the backup anyways, is better with the system?
I'm terrified. I'm terrified that Ebergoose and him are secretly planning right now because Eberflus looks like he plays a supervillain in a movie or something, and this is the perfect plan for them to come together and be oh, this works so well with our system. If he goes to the LA and plays the Chargers and wins that game,
especially after
that makes things very interesting for the Chicago Bears. I think they might ride with him, and it might be a Brock Purdy situation with the 49ers. Did you see Justin Fields looking at him in the locker room? He stood up with he was like, Like he was playing and scheming.
Yeah.
And we already know Justin Fields with the confidence.
Right. He's got low lows.
That does not help.
No.
And the tattoos on Tyson.
The back and the front. Like
Tattoo Tyson. Watch out. I would be terrified.
I would be.
Hey,
nervous
I'm way more scared of a kid that went to Division II in West Virginia where no one cared, no one whatever, and now you have a fan base rooting for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what this kid could do? So like that's kind of scary when you think about that, because Justin Fields already was the star at Georgia and Ohio State and all
but
this.
We've seen this song and dance before,
and Justin's highs are so high and his lows are so low. Wasn't it nice just to have something like, hey, we can enjoy this game?
Yeah, and everyone did.
It was
a big game for everybody.
That was such a different game.
It was, the vibes were all there. Like you said, it wasn't a roller coaster like it usually is.
No, that was so different.
And I know they were playing the Raiders, but still,
that's still an NFL football team
with professionals.
Brian Hoyer, questionable, but it
was a good game.
It was a game, and it was just so different too. And I'm really terrified that Eberflus and Tyson Bagnet are. It's going to be the thing.
This was their first win at home in almost a year.
That's what's
he won. The backup won the game
and dominated. Like it wasn't a bad game by any means from start to finish.
No.
So that was very, very interesting. And if he goes to LA and they beat the Chargers on primetime in a big audience, big light, that makes things interesting. And then the Bears are also 3-5?
Yeah.
That makes things very interesting. So I think Chicago is going to be like, hey, let's see Justin Fields rest up as long as you want, because we got to see where we're at.
Yeah.
And I really think that's what.
Have they? I feel like they've never even considered, just maybe trying the backup or trying anybody else that wasn't Justin until now.
And the team just looked so different.
I was like, well, maybe they could work with somebody who's not the superstar. Like
maybe,
we said, we've seen this before.
Maybe it was the quarterback. Maybe Eberflus. Wouldn't that be a turn of events?
Well, I definitely
wouldn't that be a turn of events?
Situation, it could be both. Like if they changed the coach and actually got a decent coach, I feel like he could coach better with Justin. But same with Eberflus. He needed a quarterback.
The Bears had not won at home in over a year. Mm-hmm. This was huge.
Yeah. For
this kid. He never started an NFL game, and he looked like a Brock Purdy perfect.
That was almost
a perfect comparison. Now, Brock Purdy didn't look amazing time. We'll get to that. But the thing is, and when Tyson Bagnet came in, Honey Badger, whatever you want to call him, when he came into that other game, there was a moment where he was driving down the field, and
that's true. He was doing great.
He was doing good.
Right, the last second, but he still got all the way down the field and almost got a touchdown out of that.
Yeah, isn't that cool how it doesn't, in a sense it does matter if you went to a big D1, but you can still ball if you play at a low level D2. Mm-hmm. That's exciting, and I almost feel like he's got more to prove.
Yeah,
he's got more. It just means more. Mm-hmm. It just means more
because he didn't come from a big school with all the attention and the first round pick
and who knows what he can do. Who knows what he can do with a fan base riding behind him. This makes things very interesting for the Chicago Bears. Very interesting.
I'd be a little terrified.
Their defense, everything it all goes together, and that's why this could be such a potential thing. Because what if he was the fit that makes all the other gears go that Eberflus is planning for this team? That would be something.
That could be scary.
Because it looked like a working clock.
It
really did.
I'm intrigued to see how they're going to be next week.
Yeah, that's a big game. That'll be a very big game.
Very intriguing.
And I'm pretty sure if the Chargers lose that, what would that be? 3 straight for them?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know who I would bet on in that game, honestly.
Me neither.
Which
is weird to say.
Yeah.
Because if this was a different, even a week ago, we would have been oh.
Yeah.
We know how that's going to end.
Exactly.
I don't know. So, we might have ourselves a game here.
And to that division that the Bears are in, that could go any sorts of ways right now with the Packers and the Vikings. And I guess the Lions are. I had to go say that the Lions were the best team in the NFL, and they go and do that to me. Unbelievable. We'll get to that. But unbelievable. I can't believe they did me like that.
All right, Bills, Patriots.
Yeah, it's enough talking about that.
Bill beat the Bills.
Bill beat the Bills. How about that? Oh, yeah, there you go, Bill. Bill beat the Bills. I hate when I hit the wrong button.
How do we really feel about Josh Allen, though?
He stinks.
This was yikes.
I just put it together. The most perfect couple of all time.
Oh, gosh.
Josh Allen and Taylor Swift. Yes.
Honestly, I feel like that's more of a better matchup.
That is the perfect couple.
Even though he's dating...
Oh, my God, they match each other so well. That's too perfect.
Seinfeld, I think that's who he's dating.
Josh Allen and Taylor Swift together. That is the couple of...
They do feel like they
America.
match up better.
Oh, my gosh.
I just feel like Travis Kelce should be with somebody else.
Oh, yeah, Travis Kelce. You don't think that, again, we're going to dive on into the Taylor Swift and Travis stuff, but, like, you just don't. I get that now his number's on the bracelet now, and now they're holding hands and stuff, so, like, they're past the talking stage. I saw a kiss
on the cheek, too.
Yeah, they're definitely past the talking stage, which is huge because they're slightly committed.
Tour. Her international tour, so I wonder how that's going to work.
Yeah. I saw something that said he's going with, and right now I don't think he's...
What? He can't go with? He's in the middle of the season.
I think the Chiefs play like a game in Germany, so he's hey...
Oh my gosh, they do.
What a link up that will be.
They do, but I wonder if it's the same time.
He's going to take the entire Chiefs team to a stupid Taylor Swift concert. How much do you want to bet? I wonder
if they'll be there at the same time. That's funny.
Yeah, I would much rather see Taylor Swift and Josh Allen dating together than Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. That is a bummer. I'm over the hype. It's not fun anymore. It's not. And
I still feel like I don't believe it. Like I'm not convinced that it's legit yet.
Definitely like an arranged partnership.
That's what it feels like.
Is almost what it is because like I don't see it at all. So I don't see the spark. You got to see a spark.
That's what I feel like. That's what I miss. Like I don't see. And that's why I'm not convinced
until I see that. I'm like his mom, Mama Kelsey. She's like, we'll see.
Yeah, we never know.
Mm-hmm. So
like you look at, Jason's wife. You're just like, okay, they match.
Fit.
Yeah. And
I'm not seeing it.
Yeah.
So we'll talk more about that in a second. But yeah, that's a debacle and a half.
Bills and Patriots.
Yeah.
Bills.
They stink.
You
know who else stinks?
A couple years ago, I was really rooting for them.
Yeah, right. Like
they were
all of America
they were so good, and then
they were literally
losing
like
to the Patriots. But I mean,
they were such a dynasty
for Bill,
in their
he
time.
Got his 300th win or something.
300, right? Yeah.
Mr. 300.
He got that. Mac Jones stinks.
Did you see his little dance he tried to do?
Yeah, that was probably one of that almost made me throw up. That was that made me feel very awkward watching that on TV. That's how do you?
That was awful.
I felt very uncomfortable. I was
like, make it stop.
I didn't know legs can move like that forward. What was that? What was that?
I have no idea.
He was moving forward.
I appreciate the enthusiasm, but I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that was crazy. That was very awkward.
He tried. He was so excited. He was
going so fast, too.
He was just trying to be one of the guys part of the team.
He hadn't scored a touchdown forever. He didn't know how to act. That was too big. That was too big of a rush of joy for him.
The adrenaline
He just exploded of energy.
So funny.
I'm crying. Oh my God.
That's amazing. He was just so excited. He's like, I just want to be one of the guys, and we just scored a touchdown. We just beat the team.
Yeah.
And he exploded. Good for you, Mac Jones.
Like a kid on Christmas. can't. I can't. Whew.
That was a good one.
Little speed monster. I can't. I can't. Man,
he was too
that's the Mac Jones gritty.
Well, congratulations to Bill on his win.
Yeah, that was huge for him.
Huge for them. Much needed.
Yeah.
And
Ezekiel Elliott picked up a touchdown. So hey, shout out Zeke.
So yeah, shout out Zeke.
Miss you, bud.
They got their second win. They can still come back. You never know.
I saw that Jerry Jones said that he would still be okay with like Zeke being in the Cowboys Ring of Honor, and I said, "Oh, but we can't keep him on the team."
That's what I'm saying.
I'd be Jerry. Come on, Jerry Jones. Come on, just bring Zeke back.
They bring Zeke back. They get Devontae.
Like, honestly, it's pretty simple. Bring Zeke back. How is this confusing?
Okay.
Put him back on the team.
Yes, we bring Zeke back, and then we get Devontae.
All our problems are solved.
Then CD doesn't have to do too much.
Which he would like that.
Pollard doesn't have to do too much.
Mm-hmm. McCarthy don't got to do too much either. It's a win for everyone.
It's a win. Devontae would just throw the ball. He'll catch it.
Yeah, he'd look real nice out there in a Dallas Cowboys jersey. Jerry Jones would be ecstatic too. I would love to see the Cowboys in Vegas this year for the Super Bowl.
How fun.
I mean, come on.
For them.
Yeah, but,
Yeah.
That's tough.
Ravens, Lions.
It's just so funny because I had to go on here. I had to go say, my Dan Campbell Lions wakes up and he just powerhouses, bench presses, 450 pounds in squats, bites kneecaps, and throws a big old dipper in and does some push-ups.
That's crazy that he does that, but it makes sense.
He's definitely running like the Oklahoma drill, which like is like the old classic football drill where you just line up and hit each other. He's definitely doing that up there in Detroit because they are
what
vibing.
A play.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, he probably participates in it. Could you imagine? I wouldn't
put it past him. He looks like he should still be on the field.
Yeah, anyway, I had to go say they're the best team in the NFL, and then they went out and just looked like they'd never played football against the Ravens.
That was awkward.
That was bad from start to finish.
Just awful.
Wow.
But I don't know. The Ravens.
Yeah, that
Lamar scored 5 touchdowns.
That was the best game that the Ravens have had.
That was great.
Yeah. They really...
We would need to see more of that. OBJ participated in that.
That was huge. They're starting to find their stride a little bit.
Which is so fun because I feel like we've been waiting.
I know. And waiting. I would personally love to see the Ravens later on in the postseason.
Yeah.
Because we haven't got
a little bit
that.
Of a run.
I would love to see them going deep. Because we haven't got that with them. They've always like had something unfortunate happen to them in the early rounds, and then we don't get to see.
Always something unfortunate with them.
I feel like Lamar would go crazy in the playoffs, like it laid on.
He's Lamar, like, well, I got here, so I gotta.
Lamar in Vegas for the Super Bowl.
He would have a fun time.
That's fitting. That would be so sick. Could you? Oh, the pictures for that.
Oh my God.
Can we get the Ravens versus the Cowboys in the Las Vegas Super Bowl? How fun!
Can we get that?
Yeah.
That would be a great jersey matchup.
That would be the coolest.
In Vegas.
Those pictures from that game would be some of the coolest pictures because like it would be such a great color contrast.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That would be so sick. Like Lamar, like what if that happens and Lamar just goes crazy and has like a huge game?
That would be fun to see both of them go.
I was happy for him. He had a good game. He had a good game. And the Lions had a stinker. They did not get on the plane.
I'm not sure if they woke up that morning. They sure didn't show up to that game.
I think they're like, this could be just another bye week if we just don't. I mean, who actually really won that game? The Lions, who didn't try at all and saved all their energy, but lost, or the Ravens, who won but spent all their energy. I think that Lions might have won that game, actually.
Lamar had 355 yards at halftime.
Wow. That is so many yards.
Like, yikes.
Yeah. That is a lot of yards.
And the Lions didn't even score their first touchdown into the beginning of the
And it
fourth.
was like a touchdown that doesn't matter and garbage time touchdown. Like
it was at the beginning of the fourth. It's like, well, what's that going to do now? You're already down 38
that does nothing
points.
for them. Yeah. That was just a maybe the Lions just didn't have such a stinker of a game. The Ravens just dominated that game because like they really did from start to finish. A beautiful game. They played a beautiful game of football.
They did.
You know, it kind of was like that vibe when like the Lions put up 70 points. Like they were just like, you can't stop us.
Yeah.
And the Lions didn't. So they said, you're right. We won't stop you today.
Not today. Maybe we'll say that for a different game.
Right after I go and say they're the best team in the NFL, I can't believe.
I said, wow.
I can't believe they go and do that.
That game was going to be more of like a back and forth, but like.
Yeah. Not at all. Not
so,
even close.
So I'm sure they'll bounce back. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
They'll make a nice playoff run, and yeah, they'll be good. Browns Colts.
That was a battle of the Midwest.
And can we believe that Deshaun Watson got hurt again?
Yeah. The Indianapolis Colts, when they wear those Duke jerseys, those are nice jerseys. Mm-hmm. They looked good. And I think Deshaun Watson saw that and he said, I must sit this one out. He don't, because he's like,
he paid all this money just to sit there.
Yeah, he said, I'm not sure. I think it's my shoulder. That's why he was out, and that's not what you want to see, because they paid him big bucks.
A lot.
They paid him a lot of money.
A lot of money.
A lot of money.
Guaranteed most of it.
Guaranteed. That was crazy too.
And he's just
in the middle of controversy. Hurt. In the middle of controversy, they just say, you know what? Don't care. We're going to hand you a massive contract.
Here it is. And he said, okay.
You got to play good if that's going to happen.
Majority of the season.
Yeah. Which, like, again, like, with that being said, we don't know what we get out of Deshaun Watson. Mm-hmm. Like, because we haven't seen a complete
game, season, anything.
You know, a little routine. What's going on? We have no history, no data collection, because can't get something consistent. So, and the Browns are really just kind of being held up by literally Myles Garrett.
Yeah, who had a great game.
He is their best defensive player. He's their best offensive player. Yeah. He is their best. He might be the best player in football right now, because he is like, he's know it. The Cleveland Browns have a great defense, and he's the leader of it. And they're a good football team, which is weird saying that. That was a good game between the Colts and the Browns. And honestly, the Colts kind of got screwed at the end. So that was unfortunate, because I was really hoping in those jerseys they'd get a win and whatnot. But the Browns have had two really tough wins over the last couple weeks and have had a lot of injuries and stuff happen to them, and they're still winning. So that makes things pretty interesting with the Browns. They're a decent team, actually.
Decent.
Yeah.
They actually put up quite a bit of points in there, 39-38.
I know. That was like one of the higher scores of the week. We didn't really have too many.
It just kept going.
And you wouldn't have thought it would come from those two teams.
No, I was like, oh my God, this game is still not over. Yeah. And like every other game was done by then. But no, it was crazy. And just to end the game on a fumble.
Yeah. Refs were not rooting for the Colts that day. So that was unfortunate for them. But the jerseys, beautiful.
Yeah.
Really like those jerseys.
Big fan of those.
Yeah. Definitely looked like Duke University. That's cool.
I like Duke. Steelers-Rams.
Yeah. Steelers are an interesting team. They have a massive fan base.
They follow them everywhere.
I think
which is crazy. That's a commitment.
I think that was the most impressive, like, home presence at an away game that we've seen, like, debatably all season.
Yeah, that was nice.
So
good for their fans.
Pittsburgh and LA, that's a big gap.
That's a big gap. That's basically coast to coast.
You know, so they got a lot of fans. Mm-hmm. So that'd be fun. How fun would that be?
I know.
There's very few teams that, like, in the world are like that, where their fans are that passionate and like
committed.
Great fan base.
Yeah, good for them.
That's a fun vibe.
SoFi, like, what a fun stadium to come to too. So.
Right, because that's what I'm saying is you can get a lot of team fan bases coming in through there. That's LA. That's a big,
it's a hub, city,
and that's impressive.
Yeah.
So maybe it's their fan base that keeps these teams winning, because Pickett's looks like Pickens to Pickett. I like Pickett's is their wide receiver, right? Pickens. No, George Pickens. I get these two confused.
I know. I'm like, Pickens.
Kenny Pickett
is the quarterback.
Kenny Pickens. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a duo.
Yeah. I bet they get their names.
P&P. That's the PP.
That's not a good nickname for them.
Yeah, that's the PP.
No.
The PP on the Steelers is tough.
No.
Yeah.
P&P?
It is. P&P? That's better than PP. Yeah. That's a lot better than PP. Pickens and Pickett. Kenny Pickett, he looked like he should actually be playing quarterback in like a a movie and not in the NFL.
See one of those get like a Justin Herbert.
Yeah, and Pickens will literally catch anything. He's crazy. Like, he's almost like playing a game of 500 every time he's out there. And Pickens is like, I don't know, he's down there like, somewhere.
He just threw it and caught it. That's so fine.
That's a fun duo.
Yeah, that's a good time. PNP.
PNP. That's funny.
Okay. And I mean, there were other interesting things going on in that game, but
yeah, that's enough.
Yikes.
Steelers won.
Good for that.
They're fans. That's what the secret is.
Cardinals, Seahawks.
Pete Carroll's cool.
He's my favorite. He was throwing at practice the other day.
I know. Did you see that one where they said, hey, that looked like Ben Roethlisberger on the Steelers his last 2 years, and it was Pete Carroll throwing.
He's in great shape.
He's so sharp.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
I hope to be like that.
Because he's in your 70s, and you're coaching an NFL team.
And he's
I don't think
around.
people understand how crazy that is.
He gets really into games, too. He's jumping around. He's getting all hyped up just like the guys.
He's got a real good diet. He's into working out and exercising and learning new stuff and being active and just being out there and stuff.
Yeah.
He's not letting life slow him down. That is fun to see.
It's so exciting to see that.
Yeah, I like to see the Seahawks because of that. Like he just
They're a fun
seems
team.
Always just chomping away on some gum.
Yeah.
And just, oh man.
I feel like, how can you not when you're standing there?
Games.
It's like such a good nervous habit to do when you're like in that situation.
I would much rather have Pete Carroll as my coach than Mike McCarthy for the Dallas Cowboys. Like how much more into the game is Pete Carroll? He'll
just be over there.
Oh, come on! He wants to win so bad.
I know, and they've been doing good. So
they're a fun team.
For them.
They're a fun team. Seattle. That's a fun time.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that a lot. Packers Broncos. Ooh,
yeah, that was a toilet bowl game.
Toilet bowl matchup.
Game. Toilet bowl.
And yellow.
That was a stinky toilet bowl game because not only was the gameplay bad, the jerseys looked like throw up.
It went free throw. Oh my gosh, it went field goal after field goal after field goal.
Just boring.
Until we finally get a touchdown from somebody.
Yeah,
but
Packers
in the second half.
Packers might stink.
Jordan Love though, second half kind of quarterback.
Yeah, I don't know what we got with Jordan Love.
I'm like he'll do absolutely nothing in the first and then come back and almost win some games.
And yeah, it's
so I'm so conflicted.
I don't know. He's got the size of a quarterback. He looks like he's, I
think he's missing some confidence, though.
I think we need him to be a little bit bolder and louder.
Yeah,
more of a leader almost. You know,
which is crazy.
Maybe stop being so soft, but like be a little tougher. Yeah. Because at least like Aaron had an edge. Yeah. It was a weird edge, but like he'd be sassy sometimes. He'd be like, I don't know, you throw the ball. And I need like
I still own you.
Jordan Love, I feel like he's like, didn't do it.
Right, he's like,
I want to see some of that. I want to be like, we're the Green Bay Packers. We're gonna, mess you up. And don't talk smack to me.
Guy.
Yeah, that's what you want because that's like a real football city place up there. So they really want that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They literally own it. Like the people.
Yeah, and Sean, I know how fun is that? The Meat Packers, Green Bay Meat Packers. That's originally how they started.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I also don't know if Matt LaFleur is the coach for the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, we think we have to move on from him.
I'm going to think there's going to start to be, if they don't start winning more games and looking really dominant, there's going to be conversations because that town cares way too much to not
do something.
That is like football is the most important. That's like the football world.
It's like
the heaven.
It's like a rite of passage up there. You have to.
It is so crazy.
Lambeau.
Yeah. So, which I really want to go see a game there because I feel like that's one of the iconic.
Yeah.
It's like one of the most iconic stadiums in the world.
Yeah.
So like they're not going to sit around and
just not when it's too cold.
No. Isn't that so crazy that it'll be
people love that.
Like you know how much that sucks too because like it's so cold like your hand how much more your hands hurt.
Mm-hmm.
When it's cold, and then imagine like a plastic helmet diving and hitting your hand.
Stop.
Oh my God, that has to be the most. So like you have to be so tough.
I feel like your hand would like just break because it feels like glass. And
and then you run over the sidelines, put one of them big coats on, sit on the heated bench. Yeah, that is crazy up there. That they'll like snowstorm. snow. That's
and then
I can imagine playing a football game in a snowstorm like that.
No.
You know, because like think about how football games are now, perfect weather. There's no elemental factors, environmental factors that it's kind of crazy that can really change the odds of a game. But anyway, that's another story. And Sean Payton had his sleeves cut off again.
Yeah, what's with that?
That's his thing. He said, we beat the Bears. That's what started the new journey right there.
He's got to wear the same sweater.
It's a superstition. He's like,
I got to do it.
Do you think it's the same sweater?
Yeah.
Or do you think he cuts new ones off?
I hope he doesn't
every
cut
game.
New ones off every game.
Yeah, it's got to be the same
sweater.
sweater.
He just wears the same sweater.
It is definitely the same sweater.
That would be a waste of clothes.
But I could also see him cutting it off too, being like, hold on, gotta do my superstition. Like, not read up on the game plans or anything like that, but be like, no, it's more important to have my sleeves cut off because that's when the winning started.
I can't.
He said, I went to Soldier Fields, it was hot that day, cut them off, and we won. That's why they won that game.
I can't believe we cut them off.
That was so fun. In the middle of a game too, like didn't go in the blue tent or anything.
Nothing. He could even just taken the sweater off.
Yeah.
Had a t-shirt on or
acting
something.
Like they have no other equipment.
Someone get the man a t-shirt.
No, nothing laying around, just unreal. That was too funny. Sent those sleeves flying.
Oh, well, I hope the Broncos.
Hope those sleeves are okay out there.
Figure something out.
Yeah, they are not a fun team to watch or root for or have on the TV. No. Take them off, please. It's enough.
Turn them off, please.
We've seen enough. I don't enjoy that.
Seen enough. Chargers, Chiefs.
Oh my! Don't even get me started on this game. I'm ill because of. I'm not ill. I'm actually very happy and healthy. I don't like saying I'm ill because then be like you're ill.
Puts it out there.
Yeah.
Take it back.
Take it back. You can't edit that one out. But anyway, that game. Oh my gosh, that game.
Where do we begin?
Where do we even begin with that game?
Well, we can start by I don't know about you, but I'm really over the hype.
Yeah.
I'm still not convinced that they're together. I feel like it's still like a business transactional thing. But
I think I'm over the hype of Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. I'm over it. It was like fun when we were like joking about it, but now it's like getting serious.
Like every game.
And like now that's not fun.
And now we just pan up to that every single time now.
Yeah. It was definitely more fun as like, oh, what if a joke? And now that it's like happening, it's kind of like
joke's not funny.
Not fun anymore. So like, and like the fact that it's like actually happening, like the holding hands and all this stuff. Now it's like
I saw a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah, and honestly, if I'm the Chiefs, I think we get a little bit worried here because we're not. I know we're 6-1, whatever, records don't matter. But if you look at the football we've been playing, we can play so much better. And like Travis Kelce is having monstrous games, but like I feel like he's doing it in his sleep. I feel like we almost have a High School Musical situation on our hands here, and he's Travis Kelce is Troy Bolton, and Taylor Swift is Gabriella, and Travis Kelce's heads might not be in the game.
I'm not sure if they continue to play like this if we're going to see a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I just feel like
they're very beatable.
They're just like I feel like they're just missing some pieces. Some
like
receivers, to be specific.
They're not very fluid.
They're not,
They're not.
They've barely been getting by on these wins.
The Jets almost took them out.
They've had some ugly, like even Travis Kelce's touchdown, that was pretty ugly.
It's not looking smooth at all.
It's very rocky.
Yeah.
They didn't even score. No one scored into the third quarter.
Really, besides that game versus the Bears where they just pumped them, we haven't seen anything. That was a one-time thing. It's almost kind of similar to how the Cowboys play. Yeah. Like very rocky. They've been playing very high and low, very rocky, inconsistent.
I'm like, you just get a team like that comes in and just has a really good day. They're beatable.
I do
Look
think
at the Lions.
I do think we can say that Patrick Mahomes is really, really, really good.
Yes, he likes to win.
He himself is really, 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 really good. And so, but the thing is, you always don't want all that on his shoulders. No. And
football's a team sport.
It's a very big team sport.
You need the team to win the game.
Because you just don't want to go a whole season in football. A lot of things add up. and you don't want all that pressure and everything adding up on you. You want to, so I don't know. It makes me, I mean, maybe you could even argue that Patrick Mahomes could be a potential MVP of the season because he's playing so well, but the team, yikes.
Needs some help.
It's not looking complete, strong, and powerful. Honestly, if I put them in my NFL top 5, they would be like at the 5 or 6 spot.
Yeah.
Because I'm not that convinced. I know they have a record, but they don't look like a powerhouse.
And they are one of 2 teams that are 6-1. So we'll see how that goes.
And now you got Taylor Swift, Brittany Mahomes, and Jackson all in one suite. That's got to be the least unfun place on earth.
Luckily, Taylor is about to go on her international tour in a couple days.
Oh, just wait for Travis to meet up with her in Germany when they,
they're going to meet up in Germany.
Yep. Wait for that. Wait for the whole entire Chiefs team just showing up at a Taylor Swift concert in Germany.
They looked a little tired at that one game.
Well, he's been running around in New York. A New York minute. The whole season's
looked a little tired.
So watch out.
So I don't know.
Gotta get your head in the game. Travis, I don't know what you're doing, bud.
On a different note, Patrick and Andy have the highest win percentage, they're behind good. Tom and Bill.
They're a good duo. They're up there with PMP for the high duo list.
Yes,
that's a duo.
So good for that. Eagles, Dolphins.
That
game went about as expected.
Yeah, I think when you talk about that game, you honestly just have to start off right away with the Kelly Green jerseys, is what they called them, that the Eagles were wearing, or as I thought that they looked like the Hulu Has Live Sports jerseys.
Because of the sponsorship with Jalen Hurts.
In the commercial, those jerseys look almost identical.
Not my favorite color.
Yeah.
I just don't think that it's a green that looks good on everybody.
I didn't love it, and they got a lot of hype, honestly, so I wasn't understanding the hype. But didn't love those jerseys. That really thought they were the Hulu Live Sports. The Eagles doing the tush push is like the talk of the whole entire NFL right now.
When does the tush push not work?
I honestly think it stops working when Jalen Hurts stops squatting 600 pounds. because
it's really simple played. So I don't understand why everybody overthinks it so much. And that's why I think the Eagles execute it every time.
I love it because they just line the ball up and they go, we're just stronger than you guys, and there's nothing you can do to stop this.
And everybody pushes. And they do it and they don't just get the 1 yard. They get like a few yards, like 2 or 3.
And here's the thing. If you look at other teams that try it in the NFL, it doesn't work. Like,
well, some people go over the top.
It's not as automatic as how the Eagles do it. The Eagles do it, and it's a guarantee every time, and there's nothing
one
you can
fluid
do.
Motion.
Yeah.
It's because you can tell they practice it.
And Jason Kelce, Travis Kelce's brother, that's a duo.
Yes.
He he dig a tunnel underneath the ground, and
and then there goes
it's so
Jalen.
Impressive what he can do.
It's so fun. I
don't think he gets enough credit for the tush push because
I feel like that starts with him. So
yeah, he definitely. And I mean, it's kind of a fun. I love seeing it being like, here we go, we're gonna do this, and they do it.
They did it 4 for 4,
and it works every time. I love that. It's so fun.
And then they go, don't ban it. I said, I don't think you should ban it, but other teams have yet to figure it out, and you guys are just good at it. So
right. Like, honestly, that won them the game.
Yeah.
Because like they allows them to
on the 4th down,
and it allows them to keep the ball for so much longer,
which they love to do.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
They basically get 4 downs every time.
Yeah.
So that's fun. Good for the Eagles.
Yeah. No, that's
fun to watch.
That's so fun. So hopefully no one does anything about that. I don't think they'll ban it.
No, you can't take it away.
It's not like
it's not like it's an illegal play.
No,
it's a very simple play, but I
think more people should go for it on 4th down. How much more fun would that be?
I'm always for the rule that like you should go for it on 4th down no matter what.
And exactly, I feel like that's the mindset they have. So they just do that and they're confident about it that they're going to execute it every time, and they do. Right,
because then you start looking at different downs. Like, if something's like 2nd and 7, then you're like, okay, well, we have to get 2 more yards, and then we have to get 2 more yards because then it just makes everything shorter.
Yeah,
it makes everything easier and opens up so much more.
Yeah.
And it's like most teams don't have a go-to play that is so dominant and unstoppable like that.
So good for them.
Yeah.
For having a thing that apparently no one else can figure out.
No, it is really.
It's fun to see everybody else try though.
Yeah. And they're not getting it.
I don't get it. I
feel
like
bet the Eagles really love simple. That. They're like, hey, look at this team. They tried.
Go, hey, let's just do it again. But they get a huge win, 31-17 over the Dolphins. Yeah. They needed that win after losing last week. So that made sense.
Good for them.
49ers Vikings.
Primetime Kirk Cousins. Good for him.
He's usually awful.
Usually not good.
2 for 10.
He usually lays an egg and it's not good and it's rotten.
Well, it started off with an interception.
And I felt so bad because I was like, I want one for Kirk.
Yeah.
I wanted one for Kirk so bad because Kirk deserves one. He, that's got to suck losing that many primetime games, and for him to get one, that's fun.
And he played so good.
He dominated. He was ready for it. He was so ready for the game.
He threw that thing. Threw it.
He was looking sharp out there.
Yeah.
His throws were nice, strong, and tight, and just
perfect,
unstoppable dimes. He had receivers getting hurt out the game. He said, "That's all right. I can find a different one." And you know what I noticed about him? He was so decisive with the ball. He was getting that thing out so quick. Mm-hmm. Like there were so many moments in that game where it was like, "Oh my gosh, Kirk's about to get sacked." Nope, first down. He did that so many times.
They were like, "Oh wait, no, he's still up."
Yeah, he did that so many times in that game. So that was fun to see because usually in his primetime games, he's not. He was just rolling tonight.
He was, and
that was good. That was good to see.
They came out on top, so that was good for them.
Yeah.
The 49ers.
Yeah.
They are now 0-36 under Shanahan when trailing by 8+ points in the fourth quarter in regular season or playoffs. So what they're really trying to say is if you score a first on the 49ers, you're probably guaranteed to win.
They are a different team if they don't have the lead. Mm-hmm. Very different team.
Which is interesting.
And I got something about the 49ers. Do you think they peaked too early? Or they're just getting their losses out of the way now for the season?
Potentially.
Right?
Everyone's kind of hurt right now.
That's
McCaffrey has some oblique issues.
Yeah,
Debo's
fumbled
got
the ball.
Shoulder. Trent's got a knee.
Banged up. Fred got
Brock is throwing interceptions.
Bad ones. So maybe
I would rather get it out of the way now, and then they adjust and pick back up.
Get hot at the right time.
Everybody gets healthy again.
That could be huge for them because normally they get too hot like right before the playoffs, and then they've
really been inching towards.
You don't want to be going into the playoff. As weird as it sounds, you don't want to be going into the playoffs with like a 10-game win streak.
No.
Because then you're due for a loss.
Because playoff football is very different.
Very random.
They're coming for you.
So
it's one and done. So everybody's
you got to be ready for it. Yeah, you got to be ready for that.
So I don't know.
Yeah. I saw that they were calling him Brock Turdy.
Oh, no.
I didn't think that was very nice.
No.
That's not very nice.
They're due some losses.
He's
bound
due
to happen. He's
a bad
human.
game. And also,
it wasn't horrible.
I'll even say this. His bad games are like Justin Fields' like okay games.
Yeah.
So, so like they weren't an awful, like when Dak had a bad game, that was a bad game. When Jalen Hurts had a bad game, that was a very bad game. But Brock Purdy's bad game, that's like,
it's okay.
All right. That's all right. Hey, if that's as bad as he plays, he's still pretty good.
Right.
So.
Still all right. McCaffrey with his 16th consecutive game with the touchdown.
Yeah. He gonna find the end zone.
He got 2 touchdowns tonight, actually.
Yeah.
They're only touchdowns. So good for him. Playing with his oblique injury that he is very vague about because he doesn't want his opponents to use things against him.
I loved how he interviews like that. He's like, "Oh, I don't need to tell you this."
He said, "I'm fine. I can play tonight."
Yeah, he said, "I'm here, aren't I?"
He said, "But I'll probably score another touchdown tonight, so we can talk about that if you want."
2 of them.
Which I don't blame him. I would probably be the same way.
You don't need to let that information just fly out there like that.
The point is, I'm fine.
Yeah.
So good for him.
So, yeah, I think that's enough about that game.
All right, let's move into our extra Flamin' Hot Cheeto takes.
What do you got?
College.
Oh, for college.
University of Michigan being investigated.
I think that the University of Michigan is being investigated on the hot seat, whatever, because I think those schools in the SEC, Georgia, Alabama, the big guys that are usually winning, I don't think they're too happy with Michigan State being
on top right now.
The best team in college football right now.
They are pretty good right now.
They are not happy about it, and they're doing everything they can to try and stir the pot and take them down a little bit, because I really think that's where it's coming from. University of Michigan is a very good football team, and I honestly think that it's got Southern schools a little worried about it.
This is already the second thing that happened.
Yeah.
First, the coach getting suspended because of
they tried once. They're trying again.
And
had Cheeseburger-Gate.
And this one apparently is,
going again, trying to find something, acting like they don't do the same thing.
Right. So we'll see. There's probably going to be nothing
that's how you know you're a good football team.
People try to
go for Michigan. Yeah.
Caleb Williams, national championships hope are gone.
Yeah. So they're also saying potentially probably Heisman and all the other football
which
stuff.
Which is okay because he already won one, so
that's fine. Do we think that this makes him want to come back for college another year, or do you think that this pushes him more towards the NFL?
I don't know. He literally just been bragging about how he'd make more in college if he just stayed another year, but that's with a championship run, hopefully, and a Heisman win, but which he doesn't have anymore.
Right.
So I think maybe he needs to consider a draft. I don't know.
I mean, if all the reports and scouting reports are so true that he's so good and so ready and going to be the best quarterback, and he's Patrick Mahomes combined with Aaron Rodgers and Peyton Manning's left arm and Tom Brady's IQ and all this, why are we waiting? Let's see him out there, because that's what everyone's saying. Everyone's saying he would start over this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy.
He would start over a lot of quarterbacks that aren't Patrick, Jalen, and Tua.
So that's what I'm saying.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that Minnesota-Iowa game.
Yeah, that was interesting, wasn't it?
So there was a punt return for a touchdown. Call was reversed. Ref said that the punter illegally waved his left hand, which was a clear indication of a fair catch. So the touchdown was taken away, and that touchdown could have won them that game.
Refs are on the hot seat.
And when you do a fair catch, usually you put your hand back or something, right? He just went like that,
Which could have meant he was doing the breaststroke to swing forward to catch the ball. Right? That's not clear indication.
That was so sad though.
The catch is clear indication.
Yeah.
And if you're just sometimes when I run,
the indication wasn't clear.
I mean, think about it. When you run, your arms get pumping. He could have.
I felt bad because that was supposed to win them the game.
And as a ref, you can't make a call like that.
That was a huge call.
No one comes to the games to see the refs.
Different outcome of game.
Right.
Call.
Yeah, the college refs really. I mean, that's what is one of the things that makes college football kind of fun is the college refs. Definitely add a little spice to the games because buckle up.
We don't know
what's gonna happen. Yeah.
Okay, UNC lost to the unranked Virginia.
Drake May
is a Heisman contender. You know what? I'm not feeling it from him.
You know what I'm thinking? I got a theory. And it's just so good. It just makes so much sense. The Chicago Bears are going to draft Drake May from the University of North Carolina Tar Heels to be the next quarterback of the Chicago Bears. This makes way too much sense for the Bears. Another quarterback from the University of North Carolina. Let's redo the Mitch Trubisky thing.
Maybe we should stick with Tyson. Maybe they realize they don't need...
This is so perfect.
...a rookie superstar. They don't need a veteran superstar. They need Mr. Nobody.
There's nothing Chicago loves more than drafting a quarterback that played at a school where it's not known for being a football school and being this could be the best quarterback ever.
Yeah.
This would be the most
they take
Chicago
the draft
Bears
seriously
thing.
This year and actually draft some good people.
This would hands down be the most Chicago Bears thing ever. Drake May in a Chicago Bears jersey. Oh, come on. No. That'd be something. Yeah. That's my prediction.
J.J. McCarthy for Heisman.
Yeah, he can sling it.
I'm surprised he's actually not in the talk.
How would you like it if the Bears drafted J.J. McCarthy?
No, don't ruin him like that.
He would be like a good Vikings quarterback.
Yeah, like
that'd be a good fit. Or Giants. That'd, but no, I wouldn't like him on the Bears jersey, honestly, like that too. But he has been playing really good this year, and his name really hasn't been in the Heisman conversation, which is kind of unfortunate.
Yeah.
And just goes back to proving our point how the Southern School football people refuse to let anyone else be good at football.
Football is theirs.
Yeah, that's all they got.
I like that.
But hey, they go hard for it.
I mean, you gotta give them some props.
It's impressive what they can do down there.
So.
Yeah, they're like some of their games will shut down the whole.
How fun though for like the little town.
Yeah, because like Alabama doesn't have a pro team,
right?
So like their college team is their pro team.
Yeah.
And if you look at their players, they look like NFL players. It's so crazy. Like
they do, which most of them are.
Yeah.
So how
they
fun
had
is
that one roster where like every single person
was
started in the NFL or something like that. That's so ridiculous.
Good for Nick Saban. I bet he sat there and just like, there's my boy. Oh, there's my other one.
Yeah, he's affected.
There's 12 more.
You know what's interesting about him is he's literally made so many millionaires.
I know. How crazy is that?
Like he's almost like a business guy, like because like all those guys that get drafted in the rounds they get drafted, they also get multi-million-dollar deals.
Yeah.
And so like that's really cool.
Yeah. He's got a great resume of people he sent to the NFL.
My goodness.
So good for him. Nice pat on the back.
Yeah.
He can retire anytime, but
I saw that he got a vacation beach house down by Florida on the East Coast somewhere.
Nice.
And I was like, yeah, he's going to enjoy that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a nice getaway.
Yeah.
Then he'll come back and be ready for football season.
Right.
Okay. Last extra hot take. What do you hope for or excited to see in sports next week?
Spooky season. Spooky season is back.
I can watch all the Halloween movies I want.
Yeah, I saw that it's Happy Hollow Miss or something. Happy Hollow Thankmas.
Is that
it was like
thing?
Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Like,
we're gonna
get all the.
I said, what? Is that a thing?
Yeah, so it'd be Hollow Thankmas. Hollow Thankmas.
Interesting.
Because we're getting things.
I love the holidays.
Yeah.
They're so fun.
There's nothing better than this time of the year because of like, it's just so much happiness and
I know, right?
I
love it.
Such a fun time.
It's nice.
Yeah.
And Christmas and Thanksgiving. Just a lot of like,
food and cozy and warmth and like.
It's like good times.
Good times, good memories. Mm-hmm. All the events.
Yeah.
It's all just there's so much going on all the time. So it's just
I
like
love holidays.
Yeah. Holidays are the best.
It really is. Even as you get older, they're still pretty fun.
Oh my gosh. They get better. They get way better. For sure.
I'm also excited to see how this week of the NBA
it's almost time.
How it goes, how we see different teams, how they look different this year, and
I'm so excited for the NBA to be back.
Who can possibly be in the championship at the end of this?
I'm so excited for it to be back. It has been too long.
I know.
It has been
been a long time.
way too long. I'm going to start doing NBA sports betting, and I'm going to start doing some of the stuff on here and being like, one of the things I want to bet is the first basket. So like on FanDuel, if you download the app or whatever, then you can go on and it'll have a bet, and like almost every basketball game you can bet on like who's going to score the first basket, and the odds are always really good. Like it's usually like plus 1,000. So like if you just put down $100 and you hit on that bet, you can make like $1,000 on first basket.
You can make a lot of bets with basketball and like
there's
pretty much hit the nail on the head with those.
It's there's less people on the court.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's
it's like
why I couldn't do like a...
And too, like first basket's kind of easy because you could be like, well, Victor Wembanyama, he probably going to win the tip because he's taller.
He's the biggest guy on the court.
Or, Anthony Davis is playing like the Portland Trailblazers and they don't have anyone over 6'7".
Yeah.
Or like the Warriors, that's an easy one to bet because they got Kevon Looney, who's 6'11", and he'll tip it back to Steph or Clay, and that's a bucket.
Yeah.
That's an easy one. So like those odds are always good. So I'm going to start doing those. I'm really excited. Some of my way too early predictions for the NBA is I got the Lakers Celtics finals this year.
That could be fun.
I've been wanting this one for a minute now, and I think it happens this year.
Do we think the Nuggets are going to make a back-to-back appearance?
I don't think so.
We don't?
No, I don't. I think that was the Nuggets year. And I'm going to put a prediction out there. I think Jokic's horse addiction will catch up to him this season. I think it catches up to them this season. I don't think they repeat. I don't see it. I think it was just their year last year.
And we think LeBron would get his fifth before Steph.
I think he picks it up this year. I don't know if I see them repeating, but I do see them picking it up this year. And I think it's a good year from the Lakers. I think Anthony Davis has a year. I think the team meshes really well. I think we see an MVP-like season from LeBron. And I think it's just going to be a great year for the Lakers. That's what I'm predicting. I think LeBron wants to show some people that he's still just as athletic as the guys in the league, even more athletic.
Even being the oldest guy in the league.
Well, he's still just in better shape than a lot of these people.
Still in great shape.
So I think he wants to prove some of those points, and I'm really excited to watch them. And I think the Celtics will go back to the finals. Yeah. I think it's either going to be the Celtics or the Bucks, but I'm going to bet on the Celtics because Drew Holiday has been there before, and he's on the Celtics now. So
that is true.
I'm
excited to see what they look like this year.
Yeah.
That'll be fun to watch. Can't wait for that. Can't wait to talk about that all next week.
Yeah, I think Victor Wembanyama, he's going to be good. He's going to be very good. He is just like he's the biggest person on the court, so that helps. I think he could probably touch the rim, he doesn't even have to jump.
Right.
So that helps.
Just maybe a tiptoe.
So much. It's like being stronger in football. You get more.
I just hope he can stay healthy, and
if he stays healthy, he's gonna be the best player. So
and no injuries.
That'll be healthy or fun to see. Not healthy. See if he stay healthy. See what I did there.
It'll be fun to see.
Cheetos hot XXL edition at night. I also got one more quick take before we hang it up.
Before we hang up, one more extra flaming hot last
extra hot flaming Cheeto take at night. Chris Paul trade to the Warriors. Chris Paul gonna stink. I don't think I think he'll get hurt. I think he will get hurt probably twice this season. And that was a bad trade. Yeah. That was a very bad trade.
Can't be hurt too much. They get fined if they sit out too long.
No, they shouldn't have given up Jordan Poole. I don't care. Draymond Green smacked him into outer space.
He still needed a smack.
It was good. Built some character.
Yeah.
They could have gone over it, whatever.
I don't understand why it's such a big deal.
And you got Chris Paul for a dude who is 6'4" and can give you 40 points. Chris Paul will not give you 40 points once this season.
No.
I guarantee you that. So Chris Paul, that was a worse trade than Westbrook to the Lakers. So that'll stink it up. But that's all I got for the NBA starting tomorrow. Can't wait to talk about that. Super excited. That's going to be really fun to chat about.
Yes.
And that's all I got for this episode.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to another amazing, fantastic episode of BA Radio live at night.